Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Amanda Hill.
And I'm Brian Yacono. For decades, our state has been a refuge for people fleeing violence in their home countries looking for a better life. And lately, that demand has become overwhelming.
The city of Portland alone has seen around 1,000 asylum seekers and counting arrive in the area since January 1st. They all have basic needs like food and shelter that need to be met somehow.
News Center Maine's Chloe Thibault joins us with a closer look at the situation. Hi, Chloe.
Hi, Brian and Amanda. So during the pandemic, a number of hotels and inns in the greater Portland area opened their doors using federal money to help house people like asylum seekers for a period of time. That assistance, though, has been wrapping up, leaving in its wake a question. Where are people supposed to go when local shelters are already overwhelmed? In some cases, this has been an opportunity for humanity to shine through and for neighbors to get to know people they may not have met otherwise.
I think until you start actually working with the local immigrant population and getting to know them as people, there's a real sort of barrier between your understanding. And I know that's what it was like for me.
Jeff and Jenna Marion of Westbrook have had an unusual year. It all began with Jeff's desire to volunteer and get back into the community after working remotely.
I was very nervous about my first class, what to wear, how to act, everything.
In January, Jeff started teaching English to asylum seekers at Portland Adult Education. He started out with larger classes and then one-on-one sessions with a particular young man from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. To protect his safety, we're choosing not to use his name. We'll call him Paul for this story.
When I would meet him, we would just go to the food court at Maine Mall. There was really nowhere else to go.
Those meetings with Paul continued into February, and then a roadblock. Jeff says Paul had a miscommunication with the hotel he was living in and thought he was going to end up back on the streets.
And at that point, I had developed such a close relationship with him and was really starting to get involved in the immigrants' local community here. We decided to have him move in with us until he was able to get back on his feet.
Yeah, I'm a champion!
Move in with Jeff and Jenna and the couple's 3 young children.
He has his own child at home who is just about the same age as our youngest. So I feel like he's sort of formed a bond with our youngest child.
A bond that has meant a lot after a tough 10 months and counting in Maine so far.
I'm happy here, and America is not easy. It's very difficult.
Difficult, but still safer than Paul's home country, where he worked as a computer engineer. He says he left the DRC because of some political tension, making him fear for his life. With help from the Marions, he has been trying to navigate the complicated asylum seeker and work permit applications.
Do you like living here with Jeff and Jenna?
Yes. You know, it's the first family in this country. I said this man can accept.
The thing is, most asylum seekers don't get this kind of accommodation.
Portland is a welcoming place. It is known as a safe place. It's where communities have been built.
Those are reasons asylum seekers come to Maine's largest city, according to Portland's Director of Health and Human Services, Kristen Dow. She says lately it has been hard to keep up with the number of people new to the area in need of a place to live.
Regardless of they're asylum seekers or not, when you have a large number of people coming to an area all at once to live and to relocate, it puts a strain on some systems. Our shelters are all full across the city.
We do see a lot of people being stressed out about housing.
Yvette Unezase is the interim executive director of the Maine Association for New Americans, a nonprofit founded in 2012 and run by immigrants to support immigrants with things like transportation and emotional needs.
If you don't have any place to stay, your mental health is not, there. It's like we call it basic needs. If you don't have it, the stress that comes around it.
Jeff recently got a new job, so the Marions have moved to Massachusetts. About a month ago, Jenna helped Paul move into an apartment she found through a friend.
He wants to build a life here. He wants to succeed here.
And this, an independent and safe place to live, is the first step in doing that.
It doesn't matter if it was like an asylum seeker or a friend who just lost their job or whatever. Like, if I just feel if I have the ability to help someone, anyone that needs it, and I can, then I will do that.
Now, Jeff and Jenna Marion's decision to house Paul was obviously a unique situation. If you're looking to help, though, the city of Portland says it needs donations for the 300 asylum seekers living in temporary housing at the Portland Expo. You can make a monetary donation by texting Expo to 91999. You can also make a physical donation by visiting an Amazon wish list the city has posted. You can find a link to all of that on our website and mobile app.